The room was full of laughter. Glasses clinked. Music played softly in the background. Everyone was celebrating love. 50 years of it. And then, my father raised his glass, looked straight at me, and turned my entire life into a joke. People laughed. Not politely, not awkwardly. They laughed like it was the funniest thing they had ever heard. And in that moment, I realized something painful. I wasn't their daughter. I was their entertainment. So I stood up, walked out, and never looked back. My name is Elena Brooks. And for most of my life, I believed family meant safety. That no matter what happened out there in the world, home was where you were accepted. I was wrong. Growing up, my parents had a very clear idea of who I should be. Perfect grades, perfect behavior, perfect image, but I was never perfect. I loved art. They loved academics. I wanted freedom. They wanted control. Why can't you be more like others? My mother would say. At first, I tried. I really did. I studied harder, spoke less, followed every rule, but no matter what I did, it was never enough. Slowly, their disappointment turned into something else. Criticism, then sarcasm, then humiliation. Family dinners became uncomfortable. Gatherings became exhausting, because somehow, the conversation always turned to me. Elena tried again, and failed again, my father would joke. Everyone would laugh, and I would sit there, smiling, pretending it didn't hurt, but it did, every single time. Years passed. I moved out as soon as I could. Built a small life for myself. Nothing extravagant, but it was mine, and for the first time, I felt peace. I limited contact with them, just enough to avoid drama, until the invitation came, their 50th wedding anniversary. Be there, my mother said. It's important. I hesitated. Something inside me told me not to go, but another part of me still hoped. Maybe they had changed. Maybe this time, it would be different. So I went. The venue was beautiful, elegant decorations, soft golden lights, guests dressed in expensive clothes. Everyone looked happy. When I walked in, people greeted me politely, but my parents, they barely acknowledged me. That feeling came back instantly. That familiar, uncomfortable, invisible feeling. I ignored it, told myself to stay calm. It's just one night, I whispered to myself. The event continued. Speeches, music, laughter. Then my father stood up, glass in hand, smile on his face. I'd like to say a few words, he announced. The room quieted. He started talking about love, commitment, family. Everyone listened. Then, his eyes landed on me. And of course, he continued. Not every part of the family turned out the way we hoped. A few chuckles. My heart dropped. Elena, he said, pointing at me. The spotlight shifted. She always had her own ideas, he laughed. None of them worked. Laughter grew louder. I froze. She tried art, failed. She tried business, failed. She tried independence. Well, you can guess how that's going. The room erupted. People were laughing at me again, but this time, it felt different. Something inside me didn't break. It snapped. I stood up. Silence slowly replaced laughter. I walked forward, step by step. My heart was racing, but my voice was steady. Are you done? I asked. My father blinked. The room was quiet now. For years, I said. I sat quietly while you turned me into a joke. No one moved. I tried to earn your respect. My voice shook slightly, but I realized something tonight. I looked at them. I don't need it anymore. Complete silence. You don't get to humiliate me, and still call me family. My mother looked shocked. My father tried to laugh it off. But no one else laughed. I built my life without you, I continued. And I'll keep living it without you. I took a deep breath. This is the last time you'll ever see me. And then, I walked away. No hesitation, no regret, just freedom. The next few days were quiet. No calls, no messages. For the first time in my life, they didn't try to control me. Weeks turned into months, and slowly, I realized something. I wasn't missing them. I was healing. I focused on my work, my passions, my peace. And one day, I looked in the mirror and saw someone I had never truly seen before. Someone strong, someone enough, not perfect, but real. Sometimes, walking away from people who hurt you isn't weakness, it's self-respect. You don't have to stay where you're not valued, even if it's family, because real love doesn't humiliate you. If this story touched your heart, right finger like this video, thumbs up. Right finger subscribe for more powerful emotional stories, bell. Speech balloon comment below. Would you have stayed, or walked away forever?